So we are doing solar-powered cooling units for commercial industrial applications. So we look first at the market, and what we have seen is that the electricity price currently is globally between 10 cents and $15 per kilowatt hour, but solar energy is quite cheap. The problem is that the storage of electricity is quite expensive. It is sometimes even more than 25 cents per kilowatt hour. But on the other hand, the storage of cooling power is quite affordable. It is far less than 5 cents if it comes to bigger plants. So not well known, but it's a fact that globally approximately 15% of the electricity demand is only for cooling and air conditioning. In southern countries is 35%, for example, in Greece. And I would say in some African countries even more. In Middle East and Saudi Arabia, it's 70%. And even German supermarkets, they're taking 42% of the electricity only for the fresh goods. We have seen as well is that there's a quite pretty business case all over Africa. We are working on 3 projects. We were working on 3 projects. One is, for example, an orange juice exporter in Ghana. This is a grid-connected project, but they had a bill for electricity bill only for the cooling of $55,000 per year. And with solar, we were able to install with a payback period a new system of with a payback period of 7.5 years. Another case was a sweet potato farm in Ghana. This is a totally off-grid project, and they were burning $25,000 of fuel every year. And with the new installation, they can expect 3.5 years of payback period. And really a lot of requests we have from East Africa. And one sample, there's a small dairy cooperative, but they have got approximately 30% of the capex is only for cooling, what is $35,000 per year. And here the payback period is approximately 6 years. So to install solar on your facility is not a brand new thing, and we have seen a lot of roofs covered from rose farms, from dairy companies all over East Africa. The point is only you have got 2 possibilities. Either you kind of over-dimension it, that you have got, let's say, for 6 or 8 hours during the day the solar power, but obviously you have got a lot of losses during high noon. So our solution is that we, in the very morning, the solar system starts to run the refrigeration compressor. It's a state-of-art refrigeration compressor from Pietrzak, and the motion control system from ABB wakes in a way up, and it's producing cooling power the whole day. But this cooling power that is, so to say, overproduced is going into an ice tank, and the ice tank is able to maintain the temperature in the warehouse or in the cold room during the night with a water glycol cycle. Here you can see some applications. In the very beginning, we started with some projects for infrastructure programs, for example, for World Food Program and several other NGOs. This is here are some samples of the products we can deliver. So we have got smaller cooling units, one-phase cooling units for containerized solutions, but we have got bigger compressors and bigger cooling units, combination with water chillers for industrial applications. Here on the right side, you can see one unit that is good for 50 to 100 kilowatt cooling power with an ice bank behind. Okay, just received a question about the operation and maintenance cost. On the solar side, it's typical for solar that you have got in the lower 1-digit percentage of the investment cost, the annual operation and maintenance. And for the cooling unit, it's quite similar. You must understand that our cooling units are state-of-art cooling units. So in the end, if you have got a warehouse with industrial refrigeration, you can expect the same operation and maintenance cost as for any standard system. Here's a question coming in. What is the difference to standard solar system on food processing, building or warehouse? This is what I mentioned before. We have seen quite a lot of roofs covered with solar. The point is, if you only cover it with solar, you might have 40% of your entire electricity demand covered by solar. And of course, then the all-over electricity costs are not so cheap as if you would utilize a higher percentage. In combination with our ice banks, we're able to go up to 70 to 80%. We have got several versions. We have got for rural areas small one-phase solution that is in the range of 1 to 2 to 3 kilowatt, but our main business more and more that is upcoming, it's cooling power from 10 to 50 kilowatt for the smaller units, but we are able to combine them up to 200 kilowatt cooling power. Obviously, you can use several of them. So there's another question coming in. Is it possible to import your products? Yes, of course, that's the reason why I'm here. But anyway, we are depending on a local partnership. And for South Africa, we have got already a partnership with a solar company called Rhen Energy. I'm very happy about that. And yeah, we need for all these products, of course, the possibility to arrange the operation and maintenance locally. So you were asking for the ideal temperature. If it comes to this ice storage, then obviously the temperature range will be above 0 degrees. So it's good for any fresh goods, for vegetables, for fruits, in the temperature range between 2 to 8 degrees. Even though we have got some projects in North Africa for air conditioning as well. And last not least, we have got a project. We have a kind of a hybrid between fresh goods. So we chill down orange juice, for example, one step down to 4 degrees Celsius to stop the microbacterial growth. And the next step, we bring all the bins with orange juice in a freezing tunnel. Maybe you can let me mention, I was talking about our products that we can deliver. In the very beginning, very often, we start with an audit, what consumption is required, what the daily intake is, what your energy bill looks like. And very often some customers are interested in let's say in the very first step to make an audit or to do something like a conceptual development. So please feel free to contact me in that sense.
Thank you, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are listening into. My name is Nnaemeka Ikegwuonu, and I am founder and CEO at Code Hubs, which is really a company that builds out solar-powered working cold rooms in farms, in produce aggregation centers, and also in outdoor food markets. You know, the problem we are trying to solve is the problem of food spoilage due to lack of cold storage at key points along the food supply chain. You know, a problem that affects an estimated 470 million smallholder farmers and food supply chain actors. So this problem has actually stretched and affecting production, processing, distribution, and marketing, and also affecting post-harvest management of fresh fruits. You know, generally, fresh fruit and vegetables can have their shelf life extended with a little bit of refrigeration. You know, but refrigeration does not exist in so many developing countries' outdoor food markets because the power grids are often not reliable to deliver consistent energy, and most of the large-scale refrigeration equipment are really expensive and out of reach for smallholder farmers. So in 2015, we founded Code Hubs as a company that actually builds 100% solar-powered working cold rooms. These cold rooms are oversized to give daily storage for up to 3 tons of food, and typically installed in farm clusters for smallholder farmers to use, in produce aggregation centers for farmers, wholesalers to use, and in outdoor food markets for retailers of fresh fruit and vegetables to actually use. The goal is to extend the shelf life of food from 2 days to 21 days. But really, as a social enterprise, beyond offering technology, we sit down with these food supply chain actors. Over a period of 5 days, we deliver educational content on post-harvest management of fresh produce, teaching them the best practices in harvesting, and also spending time with them to understand the financial gain of having high quality food available for sale. In 2015, when we started, we pioneered the concept of a pay-as-you-store, which is today called cooling as a service. So we actually work with smallholder farmers and give them an opportunity to rent space daily in the cold room at 26 US dollars equivalent to store 120-kilogram plastic crate inside the cold room. In essence, not actually making them buy off this high capex infrastructure, but we actually bear the risk of building the infrastructure and liberalize, democratize the cooling space, enabling them to rent a little bit of space to cool their produce until they are able to find a consumer who will buy it. Our operations are driven by ladies. We use these cold rooms to generate employment opportunities by hiring 2 ladies to man each cold room, which one of them serves as a hub operator and the second lady actually serves as a market attendant. The hub operator oversees the loading and offloading of food, and the market attendant actually goes into the market to onboard new customers for cold hubs. So at the moment, we have 54 cold hubs, all operating in Nigeria, serving 5,250 users. Last year, we saved 42,000 pounds of food from spoilage. These became, safe, hygienic, and nutritious food for local consumption, which is part of our mission is actually to increase local food consumption, increase the income of farmers. Last year, we increased the income of farmers from 60 US dollar a day to a minimum of 120 US dollar a day. Since inception, we've created 66 jobs for women by hiring and training them to work as our hub operators and market attendants. And we've saved more than 1 million kilograms of CO2 by using solar energy exclusively in all our systems with no need for diesel generators. And at the moment, we are now expanding all through Nigeria, building 100 new cold hubs and also ice points by the end of 2021-22.
Thank you very much for a very informative session. We are all appreciative, and we will certainly pose our questions to both of you.